All right, you have got to hear this. Elon Musk has just revealed a new project with an absolutely insane name and an ambition that is even crazier. Get this. It's called Macro Hard, and the whole point is to build an AI that could literally replace entire companies. That is a massive claim. So let's break down what's actually happening here.
And look, this isn't just me hyping it up. That's a direct quote from Elon himself. The goal here isn't to just help you with a few tasks. It's to emulate the functions of a huge organization. This really sets the stage for a fundamental shift in how we even think about AI and work. We are not talking about a smarter tool anymore. We're talking about a potential digital colleague, or maybe a digital competitor.
And that's the big question, right? How on earth does a piece of software go from, say, writing an email to running an entire business operation? Well, the answer lies in a totally new two-part architecture that's really unlike anything else we've seen.
So how does this thing actually tick? The key is to stop thinking about it as one single AI. Instead, you need to picture a system with two separate brains that work together perfectly, where each one has a very specific job to do.
Okay, so on one side you've got Grok. This is the big thinker, the strategic planner. You can think of it as slow, deliberate, System 2 thinking. It lives up in the cloud, it understands complex goals, and it makes the master plan. But then you have Digital Optimus. This is System 1 thinking. It's pure instinct. This is the doer, the hands and eyes that actually execute tasks in real time right there on your machine. And this separation is everything, because it lets the AI think big picture and act in the moment, all at once.
So the really crucial piece here is Digital Optimist. That's the part that actually does the work. It isn't just getting commands from the cloud. It is literally watching your screen just like a person would, constantly processing the last 5 seconds of video, keyboard inputs, and mouse movements to act instantly, with basically zero delay.
And that ability to act locally, that's the secret sauce. This is way more than just a tech spec. It is the key detail that completely changes the economics of AI agents, and honestly, it's what makes this whole thing feasible in the first place.
Think for a second about how most AI agents work right now. For every single click, every single action, they have to take a screenshot, send it all the way up to a data center, wait for some giant AI to analyze it, get a command sent all the way back down, and then finally execute it. It's slow, it's laggy, and every single one of those round trips costs real money. Digital Optimus just flips that whole model on its head. The vast majority of the work, the actual doing, happens right there on a local chip inside the machine. No round trip to the cloud, no waiting, just immediate action.
And this chart just shows you the insane impact of that shift. When you're running on a local chip that you've already paid for, the extra cost for each action drops to almost zero. It's basically just the cost of electricity. This isn't just a little bit better, it's a complete demolition of the old way of doing things.
But it goes so much deeper than that, because this isn't just about one product. The truly mind-bending part of this entire plan is that it's all powered by a single unified AI architecture that's being put into 3 very different bodies.
Okay, so check this out. The exact same core AI model that's learning to drive through city streets in a Tesla is also being trained to power the physical Optimus humanoid robot and the digital Optimus agent that's doing work on your computer. It's one brain learning from 3 totally different sets of experiences. It's this incredible flywheel of improvement.
And this is where it gets really, really powerful. Every single bit of data from one body makes the whole system smarter. So the AI learning to spot a stop sign in a blizzard also gets a tiny bit better at recognizing a button on some weird software interface. It's this massive shared feedback loop where everything learns from everything else all at the same time.
So if we zoom out even further, what we're really looking at isn't just a company making some cool products. It's what the source material calls a vertically integrated AI civilization stack. Now, the scale of this vision is, frankly, hard to even wrap your head around. But think of it less like building a product and more like building an entire city. You don't just build the houses. You build the power grid, the roads, the communication networks, everything from the ground up. First, you start with the hardware that's already out there. Every single part Tesla, every idle Optimus robot suddenly becomes a potential AI compute node. This instantly creates this massive, distributed network of millions of local AI processors all over the world. Next, you leverage the energy grid you've already built. The plan is to use the 7 gigawatts of spare power capacity across the global supercharger network to run dedicated AI hardware. You're essentially turning car charging stations into mini data centers.
And then you get to the layer that sounds like straight-up science fiction, The ambition here is just breathtaking. The plan involves total vertical integration, manufacturing their own chips from raw silicon, putting them in millions of cars and robots on the ground, then using SpaceX to launch AI satellites into a solar-powered, vacuum-cooled data center in orbit, and then connecting every single piece of it with Starlink. From sand to satellite, it's all one seamless, self-contained system.
Okay, so a space-based AI is amazing. But what does any of this mean on a practical level? For you, for me? Let's bring this enormous vision right back down to Earth and look at the direct impact this could have on the job market.
The economics here are, well, they're pretty stark. For any kind of repeatable digital task, you're comparing a human worker's annual salary plus benefits against a one-time cost for a chip plus a negligible amount for electricity. An AI that can work 24/7 without breaks, without getting sick, that presents an economic argument that is going to be impossible to ignore.
Now, this isn't about some doomsday scenario. The point is that for anyone whose job is mostly about following a process on a computer screen, this represents a fundamental change. And the time to understand it, to adapt, and to learn how to work alongside these new systems, it's not in a few years, it is right now.
And that really leaves us with the final, crucial question we all have to think about. As this technology gets better and better, it's a question everyone in the digital economy is going to have to answer. What a wild time to be alive. The blueprints for the future are being drawn up as we speak, and understanding them is the first step to navigating what comes next.